All right. When we're thinking of our essential question of learning trigger, what does it mean for one variable to be dependent on another variable? We can think about graphs and tables that can also display those independent quantities. Using the graph below to determine the independent and dependent quantities, let's talk about each of these different questions that is pertaining to the graph to our left. It says, what is the independent variable? When you look at what the independent variable is, let's take a look at both the x and y values, because remember, x represents the independent, y is the dependent variable. So it's important to understand what each is representing. And here we can see that the independent variable is the x, which is the number of weeks. So number of weeks. What is the dependent variable? That's our y-axis, right? What depends on what? The number of weeks depends on miles. This is our x value, our y value. So of course, total number of miles ran would be our dependent variable. Total number of miles. List the independent quantities for the independent variable and list the dependent quantities. So for C and D, when we're thinking of listing the independent quantities, that would be the numbers at the bottom of the x value, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And for D, where it says list the dependent quantities, that would be the y value. And let's look at the increments or the scale factor on the y value. It goes from 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Go all the way up to 30. If we're thinking about writing an equation to represent Paul's 5K training, it's important to look here at our x and y value and see what the increase is. We see a point here at 1, 3. We see that it's going up 3 units and to the right 1, up 3 to the right 1, up 3 to the right 1. So we can write it as y equals 3x. So our equation would be y equals 3x.